And we're live. Ba-ba. Hello. Colette is here. First person on the chat tonight. Welcome. I'm glad you made it on time. Amazing. Gracie has disappeared, hasn't? Oh, no. Never mind. Old Faithful, right where she belongs, you know. As it is. All right. So we have our fingers crossed that the internet is going to cooperate with us today. But of course, we have no guarantees. So if the internet freaks out on me like it did last week, I will end up ending this chat and I will start a second one. And you just have to go over to my channel to find it. I don't know exactly how things end up looking over there, but I'm pretty sure if I'm live, it gets pushed to the top. So I don't know. Let's see. Lissa's here. Sarah's here. Audrey, hello. Why are you still awake? I know I ask you that every time I pop in here, but now, or you pop in here, but like now the idea of being awake at 1:30 a.m. is foreign to me, like completely foreign to me, because now like we feel like we are nailing life if we get to bed at 10 o'clock. Like we feel that old. We're like, yeah, let's do that. Let's go to bed super early and get up at 5:30, and it's amazing. Hello, Rosie. Happy Tuesday. Glad you're here. So yeah, the whole like being up at 1:30 in the morning is like, I don't even want to do that anymore. I'm an old woman at heart. Hi, Tracy. I was in bed before 8 p.m. the other day. Yeah, that's awesome. Hello, Lisa. Yeah, that's the dream. I was in bed. I don't think I was in bed by 9 o'clock, but like I got ready for bed on Sunday because I slept terribly. Oh my gosh, I have to tell you guys because I don't think all of you follow me on Instagram. I'm half here doing some meal planning for the week. John, hello. Happy meal planning. That's awesome. I've been meal planning, but like we've been doing like last minute meal planning. Like we wake up on Sunday and Eric's like, so what's the meal plan for the week? And I'm like, we've got to get better at doing this thing in advance. So my goal, my dream, living the dream, my dream life is me having next week's meal plan, like knowing what I'm going to prep on a Sunday, done and shopped for by Friday, like by Friday date night. Because what we've been doing is we've been going to Target and grocery shopping after church on Sundays, which is great because my husband's there and he grocery shops with me, and that's a wonderful thing. I hate going to grocery stores on the weekends. Hate it. If I, could live the way I wanted to, we would never go shopping to any retail space on the weekend. And we were at the Mall of America on Saturday this past weekend, and we were at Target, which is a horrible place to go on Super Bowl Sunday. Not about it. But what I was saying was I slept terribly Saturday night. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know why. Do you remember that Insta story I posted at 4:45 in the morning with sounds in the background? I was convinced that there was a mouse living in our wall because I've had that happen before. Like I grew up in an older house. So we've had mice on our wall before. And like you hear like that sound and like it was inconsistent and it went away for a while, but it of course happened all night long. And so I'm like, well, mice are nocturnal. So like it all made perfect sense. The sound was right and the timing was right. And so of course I woke up because I thought there was a mouse on our wall. Then my anxiety started going because not only was there a mouse on our wall and I was going to have to be like, how are we going to deal with this mouse? And we're going to have to call somebody and then how much is it going to cost? But it was also the wall that we share with our neighbor because we're in a townhome. So I'm like, how does that work if there's a mice in between both of your walls? Like it's like all the anxiety. I was literally up all night. It was terrible because we also got home really late that night. Speaking of going to bed at 1:30 in the morning, that's what we did on Saturday because we were at a friend's house in South Minneapolis because Eric found a business school friend from UNC who lives here and with his wife and everything, which was amazing. So we had like a built-in friend. I didn't recognize him, but like when I walked into a house, he's like, I think we've met, but hey. Like, one of those things, like it was Eric's connection. And we played games, we talked, and they were a great couple to hang out with, which was awesome. We didn't leave their house until after midnight, which these poor people, because they have 2 very small children, which is why we went to their house. And but by the time we got home and like wound down and got ready for bed, because my get ready for bed routine takes forever, we didn't get to bed until 1:30, and I got woken up at 4 o'clock in the morning by what I thought was a mouse on YouTube. What is that about? Am I back? Do we have it? Can you still see me? Can you still hear me? Am I good? You're good. Thank you, Lissa. So like it was half the fact that the sound was happening all night long. And like those of you that watch my Instagram story, you could hear it. Like it was, ugh. And then like partially anxiety. I didn't sleep all night, basically. And then my husband sleeps in, and he finally wakes up, and I climbed into bed. I gave him a kiss, and I'm like, so I think there's a mouse in our wall, and the sound was still happening. And he just looks at me and he goes, babe, that's the water dripping from the melting ice on our roof. And as soon as he said it, I was like, oh my God, of course it is. Duh. But I was so convinced that it was a mouse and that it was going to be a problem. It was the anxiety of the situation that made me so uptight. And then the anxiety magically went away because I was like, of course, it's just the melting ice because it's rained here a couple of times since we've lived here. And that sound has happened. Like the rain here is loud in our bedroom because we don't have like an overhang on that side of our house. So it just directly hits the wall. And so like spring is going to be very loud when everything starts to thaw out. But because it was so warm this weekend, everything started to thaw. And so the ice was dripping into that spot. And that's what the sound was. So all that to say, like, first of all, I felt like an idiot. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, I'm a freaking smart human being. And I couldn't figure out that it wasn't a mouse, but it was in fact water. But secondly, that also resulted in world's most horrible night of sleep because I didn't sleep and I hated it. Went to bed late, didn't get to sleep. It was brutal. So yeah, that was my fun random story for the day. I need to start going to bed earlier. It's definitely a goal I have set. Well, you got to do it. Like, don't get me wrong. I appreciate you staying up on a Tuesday to come and pop in and chat with us, Audrey. But you got to like do it. And I know it's hard. It took me forever and I'm still not necessarily good at going to bed. I have to like, except for Tuesdays, because 8 o'clock is in 20 minutes for me. But like around 8 o'clock now, I'm like, oh, you should probably go get ready for bed. Like wash your face, take your magnesium and your probiotics and like all the things and get yourself ready for bed. So then when the wave of like, oh, it's time for bed, and like that initial wave of tired hits, I can just go instead of having to do all those things after I decide I'm tired, you know? But it's a process to learn how to go to bed. I never meal plan, but then again, I eat a lot of the same stuff all the time. That's essentially meal planning, Lisa. I've been slacking on my meal prep. I do the same shopping on Sunday after church. I wish I could go shopping on weekdays more. Yeah, it's 1:30 a.m. here. Honey, where are you? Hey girl, you're on. Yes, Colette, I saw you were here and then you didn't answer me when I complimented that you were the first person to chat today. My lack of microwave is making me less motivated to prep anything because I can't easily reheat my food. I feel that. The repair shop, my husband, we have a hole in our kitchen right now because my husband took out the overrange microwave and took it to a repair place. And they called today and said it is in fact not broken. There was something in the door that was shorted out and now the microwave works, which is amazing. Except now I'm like, babe, the microwave's done, but you have to go get it because that thing was huge and heavy. I'm like, there ain't no way that I can go and pick up this microwave. There's no way that I can do it. And the place closes at 5 o'clock. When is the last time my husband has been home from work or even like back in our town by 5 o'clock on a weekday? So I have a feeling we're not getting that microwave back until the weekend when he can actually go get it. But that's fine. Like today, I reheated my dinner that I just finished. It was a bunch of leftovers. I had leftover chopped up roasted potatoes, leftover roasted broccoli, and then I meal prepped a bunch of chicken this week. Hello, and and I just sliced it up so it could be used on salads or whatever it is. And so I grabbed 3 ounces of that. Hi, Danielle. And what else did I do? We went to a Mexican restaurant. This is the most mind-boggling thing. My weigh-ins this week have been going stellar, because I've been weighing in every day because of this weight chart. And I now have data on my weight chart that boasts a 2-pound difference between the first entry and the second entry. So I have little green things in marks in my spreadsheet, which is super exciting to me. And like, if I stop, well, I'll get to that in a second. But the point was, we went out for Mexican food on Saturday at the Mall of America, and we had fajitas, and it was the bomb. And a lot of the vegetable was just like these delicious grilled onions. And so there was a little bit of meat left in the grilled onions. So I threw the potatoes and the broccoli in the air fryer to reheat them. You've lost weight. That is, in fact, the goal. Thank you for noticing, I guess. So I threw those things in the air fryer, and then I threw the onions and the chicken breast in a skillet and hoped for the best. And it turned out just fine. But man, you don't realize how dependent you are on the microwave until it disappears, But what was I going to say? Oh, so like I said, I had my data points for my cycle tracking versus my weight, right? And the 2-pound difference. At first, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. This is a 2-pound difference. And then I was like, but it's a month. Like, it's an entire cycle, and it's only a 2-pound difference. And like, it's just mind-boggling to me. In that moment, I caught myself in the 2 different ends of the spectrum of like praising myself for this thing that I've achieved versus, really, dear husband of mine? Oh, he's getting in the car. That means he'll be home before the stream is over. So on the one hand, there's the positive, look what I did. This is amazing. And then immediately I turned into, this is all I did. How terrible is that? Like, that mental shift is just mind-boggling to me. But I was talking to Lindsay today, who occasionally comes on here. She's one of my moderators. And she's the one who introduced me to the TED Talk that is all about this cycle and weight tracking and everything. And now that I'm actually on the second cycle and seeing the patterns and understanding what my body is supposed to feel and what it's supposed to do and what's actually happening within each part of the cycle, I told her, I was like, it's crazy because I feel like the anxiety and the pressure of having to lose weight every week or having to have the same results every week has completely been lifted, and it's completely changed my life. Just like not having that pressure anymore because like something's happening. Like you guys saw, if you watched my live stream on my weekly weigh-in, I had a 0.6 gain this week, and there was not an ounce of care in the world. I was actually pretty pumped up about the fact that I had a 0.6 gain this week. And like, because of where I was in my cycle, I was like, it's all laying out exactly as this guy said. And immediately that 0.6 came off. Immediately. Knock on wood. Right now, from my weigh-in on Friday, I'm down, I think, 1.6. Not joking. From 4 days ago. Like, my mind is blown. I'm literally the mind blown emoji when I'm looking at all of this stuff. I'm hoping that it keeps up because I'm like, you know what? Even if the difference is 2 or 3 or 4 pounds a month, that means I'm going to get there this year. Even if it's that slow, that means I'm getting there this year. And that's amazing. Sugar, I was watching you and the smoke alarm told me my chicken breast is done. Talk and listen later. Oh no, don't burn your chicken. Though I don't imagine you were expecting anything to melt in February. I was not expecting anything. Oh, the ice. No, I wasn't. But we did have a heat wave of 40 degrees on Sunday, and that was amazing. It was beautiful outside. We got a new mic. It was gone. No explanations. I asked. I got a lecture about cleaning the refrigerator. Well, no microwave. Oh, yeah, no microwave sucks. All right, so my friends, now that I've rambled on for about 15 minutes, already had our internet blip. Once I finish this, I will have consumed a gallon of water today. I'm very, very proud of myself. I've also had a day where I've literally eaten every sweet treat that's a diet food in this house. I don't know what triggered in me today, but I ate a Built Bar. I had a Built Bar for breakfast, and that might have been what did it. But no, I don't know, because I've done that before too. I don't know what did it. Something today triggered in me eating I ate an Eat Me Guilt-Free brownie, which is 22 grams of protein, but it's like still a brownie, right? I ate a Built Bar. I ate Greek yogurt that I went and got at the store because I've been hopping grocery stores desperately trying to find this one coffee creamer that I want, and I can't find it anywhere, and it's making me crazy. Good night, Audrey. Thank you for stopping by. And so I happened to go to Walmart today, and I found not the creamer I was looking for, but I found the Oikos has a speculoos cookie butter flavor. I bought regular, not low fat, not fat-free yogurt, guys. I ate that, and it was delicious, but it was still like trying to be a sweet treat for me. And what else did I have? Oh, I did end up eating 2 Oreo cookies today. And like, I don't know why I haven't had like a sugar craving in over a week. And I don't know what happened today that was just like, you need sugar right now. I don't know. I know this is a random question and not on topic, but does anyone have a low calorie iced coffee recipe? I can't function in the morning without my iced coffee. Well, okay. You like it creamy. So my first thing was going to say, don't put anything in it. My favorite way to drink iced coffee, but I'm a coffee snob. I'm an utter coffee snob. So that means ever since I've had Starbucks iced coffee, which my sister made the mistake. She was a barista for a very brief period of time. And when she was there, she came home one day because I was still living at home. And she came home and she goes, did you know that there's like twice as much caffeine in the iced coffee as there is in the hot coffee at Starbucks? I'm like, I'm sorry, what? More caffeine? Because, I'm super healthy. Was the Built Bar the first thing you ate this morning? Yep. It was my pre-workout right before I did body pump because I was like, ooh, quick protein. And it was a burner bar, so it was also a boosted caffeine. I might have overdone caffeine, and maybe that's what put me into overdrive because I took pre-workout too. Yeah, that's my mistake. But I was like, I'm sorry, iced coffee at Starbucks has twice as much caffeine. Like it's super intense. And so from that moment on, I started getting iced coffee in the summer because of the kick that it gives you. And like, it is strong. So I became the Starbucks iced coffee girl. But because I was a Weight Watcher, whatever you want to call me, I did the low point option. So I would get it first with sugar-free sweetener, and then I went on I don't really need sugar-free sweeteners, so I had it black, unsweetened. Because they if you order it and you don't specify unsweetened, I'm pretty sure they will put a couple pumps of sugar in there. And I didn't like that taste, and so I got used to the super strong, dark iced coffee, and now every other iced coffee I've ever consumed tastes like coffee water to me, and it's gross. Dunkin', I don't like Dunkin'. I don't like the store-bought. I don't even like the Starbucks store-bought, like the stuff you can get at the grocery store. My iced coffee, I mean, someone changed my mind because my iced coffee has to be Starbucks iced coffee, and I drink it black. So it's 0 calories, which is amazing. That being said, you could put something like Nut Pods creamer in it. You can get on Points Plus, you can get up to 5 tablespoons for 1 Points Plus. I think you can get up to 4 tablespoons for 1 point on Smart Points. So you could do that. You could just do almond milk. It's not like thick and creamy, but it will cream it up a little bit. Or you could do a little shot of half and half. Like, I would not recommend spending more than 2 or 3 points on your coffee, which is why I use lighter creamer. This other creamer that I'm on the hunt for, if any of you see it, especially those of you that live maybe in my area, because I know it's available like on the East Coast. I want the Natural Bliss vanilla buttercream frosting creamer. That's what I want, because Junk Banter, who is the only junk food blogger that I follow, but Junk Banter says it's amazing, and it's Natural Bliss, which is my favorite kind of coffee creamer. And you can put why didn't I think of that? So that's what I do. That's my summer thing. So my one rule with iced coffee is I do not drink iced coffee in the winter, for obvious reasons, unless I'm in Florida. If I go and visit my in-laws, I will go and have iced coffee at Starbucks because I'm in freaking Florida and it feels like summer. But so the other thing I did before I switched back to Points Plus, when I was still doing Smart Points and the Premier Protein was the thing, I don't put Premier Protein in my iced coffee, but I get the really, really dense espresso shot. So I'll do a triple shot of espresso, and that's what I'll put in there. That's really good, but it tastes like coffee, but it mostly tastes like protein shake. If you want coffee, I wouldn't recommend doing you can put some. I guess you could put some. I've never actually just used Premier Protein as my creamer before. So I guess that works too. That's not a bad choice, Premier Protein. Or the Quest shakes. I love the Quest protein shakes, guys. Really, really good. It could be the caffeine and starting off with something sweet. I know I can handle sweets later in the day, but if I start my day off with something sweet, it could be an issue. And sometimes, now I have to think back, because occasionally I will start my day with a Built Bar or a protein shake, or like my smoothies are technically sweet, but not high. Well, these aren't high in sugar either. I don't know. I don't know what I did, what happened, but that's absolutely possible. I mean, the last week I've literally skipped breakfast because, I had a Built Bar on Sunday for breakfast on the way to church. I don't know what happened. I don't know. But I was really excited to sit down and have dinner. And then I had a couple of Oreo cookies, and then I started my fasting timer because I was like, guess what? You're done eating. Oh no, the day's over. You can't eat any more sweet stuff, even if you wanted to. Congratulations. And I was actually elated to be done eating for the day, because I just, I ate over my points. I'm out of weeklies, which is fine, which is mind-boggling to me. I'm out of weeklies, and I'm still down this week. What? I don't even know. I don't know what's happening, but I'll take it. But my protein was on point. I have 112 grams of protein that I've consumed today. So that's been like my goal lately. It's just, as long as you get your protein in, it doesn't matter what you do. I'll be leaner and behave tomorrow. Anyway, I'm so glad I've never liked coffee. It seems like low points coffee is all I hear people asking for. Literally, it's so easy. That's because those people, I guess, like a little bit of coffee in their cream. I drink almost black coffee. I need enough creamer just to change the color a little bit and take out, just give it a little bit of smoothness. And if I do that in the form of nut pods, it's 10 calories. If I do it in the forms of Natural Bliss, it's 35 calories or less. So I don't know. Hi, Gracie. What are you doing? She doesn't know what she wants. For 2 points, I use a whole container of Quest protein in my large travel mug. I'm sorry. Oh, man. And fill it the rest of the way with coffee. I don't drink it cold, but I'm sure you could. All right. Premier has a cafe latte flavor that's really good. And that's caffeinated too, isn't it? When I do coffee, I do black cold brew. I haven't had coffee since October. Yesterday, I desperately wanted a cup of coffee and was really sad I didn't have decaf just laying around, because I know better. Like, it was 4:00 and I wanted a cup of coffee so bad. Just for the taste, not because I wanted the energy, but I'm like, I literally just want to sit down with a nice cup of coffee that's a little bit creamy and flavored and tastes good. And I couldn't have it. And it was very, very sad. Okay. So the reason we're here, and let's see how long this conversation lasts, but the thought that I had today was that we could talk about the non-food related, or things that are related to weight loss. And I don't even necessarily mean working out. Like, I'm talking about the little elements that really make a big difference that a lot of people don't necessarily think about. And so I would love to pick your brains and see if you have any thoughts on this. Like, what would you consider to be a pretty important part of your weight loss journey that has nothing to do with food, but can either make or break you? And for me, the most important one, and this should be shocking to absolutely no one, but truly, my weight loss is on point and only on point. This key thing affects my workouts. It affects my attitude. It affects my energy. It affects my food choices. And that is my sleep. Sleep, for me, is the most important non-food element of weight loss ever. Because, and like just this weekend, it was shown like what happens when it doesn't go well. Whenever I have a bad night of sleep, like a gruelingly bad night of sleep, like it's all I can do to not eat the world the next day, simply because your body's like, well, you didn't sleep to give me energy, so give me what you can give me, my friend, which is always in the form of sugar and all that jazz. And I'm just like, So sleep. For me, sleep is so important. So then the question becomes, how do you manage sleep? Like, what things do you do? Like, how do you like, how much sleep do you get? Do you guys have like a set number of hours you try and get every night? Do you know what like your magic number is? I always thought like, oh, I could thrive on 6 or 7, but in reality, especially in the winter, I'm learning that I'm like, I need 8 hours of sleep. I really do. Like, sleep, not 8 hours in bed. I need 8 hours of sleep. And it's harder for me to get that. I'm trying very hard to like strike that balance of like, oh, well, if I go to bed with my husband when he wants to go to bed because he gets up at 5:30 and I surrender the 5:30 wake up time and wake up maybe at 6:30, I might be able to get what I need. But like, the difference in me is night and day when I get enough sleep versus when I don't. Because like for my body, like CMT, I would say CMT aside, but like that's a part of who I am. I automatically need more energy than the normal person just to function. So like, I've started prioritize, and that could be one of the big factors that like why things are working for me now. Like, as of January, I kind of surrendered the perfection of 5:30 a.m. wake up and a grueling morning routine and gave that up in order to sleep more. And I'm losing weight, and I'm losing weight well, and things are happening. Is it because I'm getting more sleep? It's like, could that be it? Could that it be that simple? I don't know. But like, that's what's really changed outside of me getting more protein. But it's so fascinating. So for me, like that's the number one. That is the number one non-food thing that is equally as important as exercise and as food. Like, for me, it's on the same playing field as all the stuff you normally get lectured at when you're talking about weight loss. Oh, we got a conversation going. Let's see. Renee is here. Hello. I need to exercise. It's for my sanity. Yes, exercise for your sanity. All right. Rosie says mindset. Let's talk a little bit more about that too. Danielle, managing stress. Always to bed at the same time and up about the same time daily, even weekends. Yes, and my husband and I usually do that too. This weekend was the exception because we didn't go to bed until we had a weird weekend because I woke up. So I don't know if there are any men here anymore. I don't know if John ran away to go fix his chicken, but he doesn't care. I got my period on Friday. Like, on Friday, on weigh-in day, which is why I was totally okay with my whole gain thing or whatever. And I was like, I even said, I think in the live, that I was like, and things are like it didn't hit me very hard. Like, I'm feeling really good. I woke up on Saturday feeling like crap. Utter, total crap. I was tired. My lower back hurt like you wouldn't believe. And I was actually physically nauseous. And I was like, so we got up with the intent of going to body pump. And this, like, once I got out of bed, and I was out of bed for like 5 minutes. Usually I can like, I'm out of bed, and once I start moving, like you shake off the morning feelings and you're like, oh, I'm actually okay. And just on Saturday, my husband looked at me and he's like, you do not look ready to do this. And I was like, I am not ready to do this. I actually think it is better for my body to not try and push through this and to listen to my body and just chill. And so I did. I chilled. And then he decided he wasn't going to go to the gym either. And he went back to bed. I sat on the couch for 2 episodes of television before I did anything. I grabbed my coffee because the coffee was still brewed because we were getting up early like normal. I sat down, I covered myself in a blanket, and I just laid there feeling miserable for 2 hours. And then I finally started to feel better. And it was a slow, weird day. And then we stayed up late. And that, like, oh my gosh, it was the weirdest weekend ever. I don't remember what the point of that was. Sleep. So it was just a very bizarre weekend. But normally we go to bed around the same time. My husband, he gets up at 5:30 most days. I did that during the last 90 days. I've kind of upped it to 6:30 or 7 now. But we get up at that same time on Saturdays because we have to be out the door by 7:30 to get to our class on time. And then on Sundays, he gets up at 6:30 instead of 5:30, even though we don't have to be at church until 9:45, just to keep the routine going. So we do try very hard to stay on that routine because it makes all the difference. If you jack it up by sleeping in on the weekends, it's just not gonna work. I need 8 to 9 hours. My internal clock has always been 6 hours since I was a kid. I naturally wake up after 6 hours. I've never been the sleeping in type. I'm a morning person, but I can't do the night owl thing. Interesting. See, I'm both. I love the mornings if I've gotten enough sleep. Like, that is the key. So Sunday, after, my night of awful sleep because of the mouse, we went to bed early and I slept. I just slept on Monday morning. I was like, I'm not even going to try. I just need to recoup what I lost. I slept for 9 hours and 15 minutes. I don't remember the last time I've done that. Walking 20,000 to 25,000 steps a day. I have to hit that goal every day. I sleep 8 hours. I use essential oil diffuser to unwind. Susan, are you a fellow CMT warrior? Because you comment on my stuff like you are, but I can't honestly remember. Regardless of if you are or not, how do you get 20 to 25,000 steps a day? Like, my goal is 10 to, like, if I get 15, I was like, dang, girl, you did pretty good today. Like, that's intense. 10,000 is my goal. That's what I hit every day. But, hello, would you like to come up here? No, it's not playtime. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. We interrupt this program for a dog. Gracie, come here. Come. 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 Hello. Okay. Okay. Here we are. You're fine. Yes. Okay. That's a lot of steps. That was my point. If I don't plan my day, it will throw me off and I eat whenever. Yeah. Yeah. So for me, a lot. Thank you. I don't. How do you like it? How do you like it, Furball? Yeah. She got a bath yesterday, so she's extra fluffy, and I love it. I love just bathed Gracie. Yes, I do. She's so fluffy and soft. I forgot what I was going to say. Usually, if I know what I'm doing for dinner, I can work backwards, and I'll plan my day around my dinner, which works well for me, but I'm also a creature of habit, and will eat pretty much the same thing every day. So mine is my schedule, being regular. If it's thrown off, I just get hungry. I have no magic sleep time due to insomnia and nightmares. So your schedule is like your big non-food thing. Like that's the magic key, is as long as you're scheduled and you're routine, you do okay. I do 5 a.m. wake up on work days, but I try to let myself sleep in on days I don't work. I watch gym videos the whole day in my bed, but I'm not losing any weight. Ha ha ha. I agree. Stop it. Let me be. Just sit here and look cute, will you? You agree with mindset. For me, it's 100% mental health. It's the reason I switched to Smart Points, and it's 1,000% my motivation for working out. Mindset. All right, so we're all talking about mindset. Tell me more. Tell me more about mindset. What do you mean? What is working? What is not working? Because clearly, like that's the buzzword that keeps coming up. Mindset is the big thing. I sleep 1 hour later on my days off work. I find that that's enough, gives me an extra boost, but not so much. It messes with my sleep schedule. Yep, that's what my husband does too. Getting enough sleep. At the end of the year, when I was trying to get up early, I was miserable, and that affected my whole day. And I nailed it for the 90 days, but then winter hit me like a ton of bricks, and I was like, I can't do it all. And it's the second you learn to just, when you learn to accept who you are and work with that instead of trying to be the ideal person that you want to be, there's something very freeing in that. And it's the same thing that happened when I realized that I was an obliger and in the 4 tendencies and not an upholder. Like when I realized that, oh, this is actually who I am, I need external accountability even for my internal goals. It was life-changing because I actually started to understand how I worked, and I worked with that instead of against it. And the same thing happened for me with getting up early versus needing sleep. Now in the summer, I can almost guarantee you guys that in the summer, I will be able to get up at 5:30 in the morning, no problem, because I love summer. I thrive in summer. The sun is up earlier, and I'm warm, so I'm not broken. Like cold literally breaks me, which is why I was so shocked with why I've been feeling so lethargic and tired all the time. And like my hands literally feel weaker. It's because of the cold. And so once I learned that and understood that, I'm like, okay, so this is my reality right now in this season. This is my reality. How can I help? And the easy answer was get a little bit more sleep. If you are rested, you will be able to conquer things so much more. And then you might actually be able to do your to-do list instead of getting up early and struggling to drag your feet through maybe getting some of your to-do list done. You could sleep an extra hour and actually get up, feel good, and go and do the things and live the life and do the workouts and make the videos and do everything you want to do. But if getting up at 5:30 means I feel like crap half the day, it's not worth it. That's not the point. That's not why you get up early. You get up early so you can get more done, but only if you get enough sleep. So that once I surrendered January to that, sorry, I've got Gracie hair on my face, which is why I keep itching my face. She must have gotten a stray hair or something. It was life-changing. So for me, like I'm like, all right now is not the season for me to be waking up at 5:30. And I did consider that I might wake up at 6 tomorrow, but that depends on what time I get to bed. We'll see. It's all about balance. If you want to wake up at 5:30, if I want to wake up at 5:30, I need to go to bed by 9:30. Like there's just no way around that. And I don't go to bed at 9:30. So we'll see. We'll see. I have complex regional pain syndrome, neuropathic pain. I live in NYC and I walk everywhere. Oh, that's how you get, okay. Neuropathic pain. So is that similar to CMT pain? I don't know. I'm just curious because you appeared out of nowhere on all of my content and I love you. And I just wasn't quite sure where you came from. That's all. You have the lifestyle mindset that this is not temporary. That is key. Yes. So if you get into that mindset where this is not, and I have been talking to so many people lately, looking for the quick fix, looking for an excuse to change plans. I have somebody who literally constantly messages me saying she wants to abandon this plan, even though she's losing weight. I'm like, I don't understand. She goes, well, I don't know if it's the best plan for me. Well, what's wrong with it? You're losing weight. Well, I don't know. Is there one that works better? No, for the love of God. No. Like everyone wants the quick fix. I have this, I want to lose 10 pounds yesterday. Like, and once we get over that and be like, okay, this is for life. So there's no quick solution here. Like I said, my difference from in my cycle tracker from month 1 to month 2 was a 2-pound loss, y'all. 2 pounds in one menstrual cycle. 2 pounds. And I'm elated. I'm elated by this because I'm like, you know what? It's 2 pounds that I had last month that I don't have this month. Fantastic. Once you get into that mindset, you are absolutely right, Lisa. It is exactly what you need. You need to understand that it is a lifestyle, not a quick fix. Toxic people are my downfall. Ooh, this is a good one. I internalize the negativity and wind up eating my feelings while feeling resentful. I try to stay away as much as I can, but since I'm related to them, it makes it hard. Oh my goodness, Renee. So I have, and I'll be honest, I do not struggle with this to that extent, or to the extent that I know there are several of you out there that do. I am blessed to have a wonderfully supportive family. Generally speaking, like they've always, you go do what you want to do and we'll support you. That's fine. I'm like, okay, great. So I don't have, I have the experience of trying to lose weight while there are obese people in the house not trying to lose weight. That I have experienced, but it's not like they were trying to sabotage me doing it. And it's not like, and I've never gotten the negative comments. I was always praised for what I was doing. So I don't have personal experience with this for the most part. But I can go all Rachel and Dave Hollis on you. And the thing that because there are a handful of you, I know, because we talk about it a lot, that have issues with close relatives being emotionally toxic to you. And to that, the first thing I have to say is you have to remember that their opinions, whoever they may be, they're none of your business. They are reflections of what they are putting. They are projecting their insecurities onto you and making you feel bad about it. And I did experience this firsthand. And luckily, by the time I did, because this was not that long ago that I experienced this with a close personal family member, and I was getting criticized for the fact that my husband and I live on a budget. And it's a nice budget, but it's still a budget. He still watches what we spend and everything like that. And this person lost his or her mind over it. And my sister was giving me the play-by-play of this blow up as it was happening, because I was not there. None of this was said to my face, but I was made aware that it was happening. And like it stung at first, but because I knew the habits of this person, I knew that the fact that I was in control of my finances is what made her uncomfortable, because she was not. Does that make sense? And so I understood that. I'm like, okay, it's not about me at all. It's actually not about me. And that's okay. And because I accepted that, I didn't dwell in that. And I was able to forgive and forget and be like, oh, that's your junk. That's your junk. I'm going to be over here in my happy place doing my thing. And you can be over there in your little negative headspace, and I'm not going to let it bother me. And that, like, having that entire exchange happen was life-changing, because I realized that I had done it. Like, I had literally not let someone's opinion of me bother me, which is great. And that's a really important thing for me to have as somebody that's on YouTube too, because there's going to be a whole bunch of people that come in here. You guys didn't see it. Lissa saw it, I think, but there was a comment that came in here. Some random schmo came in here on my weight loss chat to tell me I was fat. And I got flustered for a minute because I kept looking to see if it was getting taken care of, and it did. But like, it's a good thing that I don't let other people's opinions bother me, because someone else, that could have really hurt them, from some Joe Schmo on the internet. Other people's opinions of you do not matter, because they are none of your business. It's usually something from them, you know? So, and I know that's easier said than done. I know that, Renee. But it will really, really helpful to you. Oh no. You might hear the little demon child come out. Eric just walked in the door. She loses her mind when he comes home lately. I don't know what that's about. So like I said, that's easier said than done, but you just have to keep that in mind, that like, it's probably something going on with them. So you should persevere through that and be like, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to, instead of like taking it out on food and feeling resentful, go get a workout in, or do something, go take a bath. Go do something good for you that nurtures you, instead of something that sabotages you, you know, and show yourself love that way instead of in the temporary way of food. When Dave were like, get up an hour earlier, I was like, oh, I can last 90 days all day, but getting up earlier is never going to happen. I have to sleep, get 6 to 7 hours on days. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm all about that. I just kind of like I might last 90 days like in the middle of summer because I thrive in the middle of summer. Um, Brianna knows I struggle with toxic people in my life too. Yep. I'm not always able to watch your lives, but your hair looks amazing. Sorry if that isn't new news. Oh, thank you so much. If my day started at 9 or 10, it would be perfect because I can stay up longer at night and wake up out earlier in the AM. Yeah. I noticed as we talk, we have very similar backgrounds, Lissa. Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe you two should, I don't know, hook up and talk or something. But it sounds like you guys might have a lot in common. Even when I was on the struggle bus, quitting was not an option. This is because this is my new normal. I'm not going back. That's a great mindset. Yeah, there's just like, and it's one of those things like people always ask me, well, are you always going to be tracking? Are you always going to be counting? And my answer is for now, like it's yes, because even if I decided tomorrow that I wasn't going to track anymore, it's not like I forget what all that's about, and like I would still look at this thing, say this is a Built Bar, I would still pick it up and I would eat it, not tracking it, knowing darn well how many points it was or roughly how many points it was. And that there's going to be a tracker running in my head even if I'm not tracking. It's just my lifestyle. It is what it is. It's how I run my life now, and that's okay. It is similar, but no muscle weakness, just the nerve pain caused by surgery. Severe. Okay. Okay, cool, Susan. So you have similar symptoms to me, but not the weakness symptoms. And I don't actually have too much nerve pain, all things considered, right now. Pretty sure nobody else saw it. I know, that's why I brought it up, the comment. I am fat. My goal weight is still like 200 pounds, so I'll always be considered fat to some people. I always just feel like, hey, that's the worst you got. You have eyes. Congrats. At least I'm not a jerk. You sound just like my sister. Because my sister, as you guys know, had weight loss surgery. Like, she's a bigger girl. She actually hit a big milestone just yesterday. But she's like, she looked at me one day before surgery. She's like, it's like people think I'm offended when they call me fat. Like, duh. I know. Look at me. Like that's a thing. But I'm like, really? You just want to come on here on my chat and say that for no good reason? Like, dumb. These poor people have nothing better to do with their lives. It's fine. It doesn't really bother me as much when family members give me attitude or complain because I'm working out or eating well. Yeah, and you know that that's a jealousy thing. If they're deliberately giving you an look at her workout, or look at you eating all the vegetables, like that's a jealousy thing. Like, oh, look at her, she's getting her crap together, My motto, I'm an independent in the good opinion of others. Yes, I'm independent of the good opinion of others. It's more when they actively try to sabotage me by attacking me where it really hurts, but making me feel like I'm in the way. Yeah, and I got nothing for that, unfortunately, in terms of advice. We should yes, you guys should talk. That would actually be really good for both of you, probably. I loathe tracking and can't imagine tracking all of my life. I mean, I think it's just, for me, like, it's always going to be there somewhere. It's always going to be there. 110%. Now, that's not to say that I don't eventually try and step away from it, but like, I've been in this mindset for so long that like, even when like my husband started tracking some things and he'd ask me how many calories are in this, it was alarming how many things I could rattle off calorie counts of without even thinking about it. Like, oh, I ate carrots. Oh, that should be 35 calories for 3 ounces. Like, I just knew because I've been doing it for so long that I don't even have to look at half of the things in my kitchen, which is just crazy. But we, so what? Oh, no. Oh, my door's getting closed. So what else is this? We have mindset, and we have to understand that this is a lifelong thing. There are no quick fixes. Once we accept that, that's game changing. Sleep is absolutely 100% game changing. What else is there that is not food related and, dare I say, not workout related? Accountability. Ooh, Lisa is full of the good ones today. Accountability. So how many people in this room have accountability in place for your journey, and what is it? What is your accountability structure? because you guys know mine. My accountability structure, other than like I weigh in and tell you guys what it is. I actually had somebody call me out on the fact that I didn't post my weigh-in on Friday, and I was like, oh, I just hadn't gotten around to it yet, so I posted it on Saturday because it was a gain. I fully intended on posting about it, even though it was a gain. But I was like, dude, way to actually hold me accountable. But I have my friend who I send my tracker to every day. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if like my jaw is tired, but I keep yawning. I have a friend who is not doing Weight Watchers or anything of the sort, and every day she texts me and asks me for my tracker, and I screenshot my tracker. Whatever it is I do to it, doesn't matter. She doesn't care what I do. I just have to show her that I tracked today. That's all. And she actually has a good friend who I moved away from, and she has an alarm set or a reminder that goes off every night that says, ask for Brianna's tracker every night. And if I don't send it to her, she text messages me. Occasionally she gives me a leeway. Like on Christmas, she didn't ask me for my tracker, or on my birthday, she doesn't ask me for my tracker. But in general, she asks me for my tracker. And I set that up because I actually said out loud, I'm like, I need somebody who will hold me accountable and be like, dude, you have got to do this. And she said, I don't do any of this, but if that's what you need, I'm here for you and I will do it. Which is an amazing friend. So I've set up external accountability. I have all of you guys. I do weekly weigh-in videos with you guys and all that jazz. And I have a friend that I know personally that helps me out. I have to yawn again. I don't know why. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. I don't have much accountability in the real world. You go to Weight Watchers. Of course you have accountability. I also struggle with schedule changes or situations where I feel like I need to give in to others. Ha! Obliger. I put everyone else's needs before mine. Look at you. Look at you. Alyssa and I regularly argue over the fact if she's an obliger or not. And she absolutely is, just like me. And that statement right there just proved it. My accountability is the tracking of the points. Do you have accountability, Lisa, outside of that? Meaning, do you have somebody that you have to prove that you tracked to? Or do you go in, weigh in? Do you go to Weight Watchers and weigh in front of somebody? That worked really well for me. When I went to my Weight Watchers meetings and I knew I had to step on the scale in front of somebody, that kept me on track because I knew someone else would see the number. So that was another way I used accountability. I've been very public about my journey on Facebook, so everyone knows. Makes it harder to go back. Yes. What is this about? Why? I've just jumped like 4 times in the last 2 minutes. What is that about? Seriously, I don't even know. That's a good way to do it. Put it out there on Facebook for like your personal friends to see. If it's a busy day at work, I struggle with taking time for myself to eat. If someone in my family needs to use the kitchen, I'll push dinner to an hour later, skip meals to accommodate them. I'm on maintenance. It's ingrained in my brain, keeps me on track, and kind of thankful for that. I still weigh in every week and won't let myself go above 5 pounds. Was 205 and now is 130. That's amazing, Susan. Good for you. Oh man, I long to be like you one day. My partner, they're always encouraging me to be my best and helping me prep healthy food when I don't have energy to do so. So I don't fall into TV dinners, and being able to ask for help is huge. Yes, being able to ask for help in life is huge, and I am truly blessed in the man that I do have, because he helps me out tremendously, which is a huge blessing. So like I meal prep and he'll clean the kitchen, or we'll meal prep together, or he'll do the little bit of extra work required to finish off his meals, and I'll just do the ones that he and I'll share, things like that. And it's huge to be able to ask for help. Or I've like I've told you guys before, I've had him put things out of my reach if I knew that they were going to be triggers for me and things like that. My daughter in California and I'm in Tennessee, and we weigh twice a month. Whoever lost the most owes the other $5. I love that, Connie. That's absolutely amazing. Oh, that's funny. Another thought, that I'm going to try and do is involving God as well as weight loss through fasting and praying. Interesting. I mean, absolutely involve God. There is I don't know if you'd consider it a Bible study, but look into the book Made to Crave. It is literally a book on like healthy eating and weight loss and changing your focus, because we are made to crave. But what we are made to crave is God, and we have substituted God with food, and that's the problem. I think that's the gist of it. I read it once a couple of years ago, but it was. I remember being very interested in it, and I plan on reading it again. But that's a good way to do it. Made to Crave is a great study. Yeah, I remember really enjoying it when I read it. I'm pretty sure I came to terms with that a while ago. I go to meetings, but the Waynes don't do much, and I don't go to the same meetings every week, so I don't have that connection. You need a more personal connection for accountability. Why don't you go to the same meetings? Because there are some meetings that I feel like you do go to on a regular schedule. I hold myself accountable. I don't share my journey with anyone except my husband. And that's working for you, Lisa? And I ask that honestly, because I'm somebody who personally needs external accountability to achieve things. But there are people in this world, they're called upholders, that can 110% do anything they put their minds to with no external accountability whatsoever, because they will get it done themselves. So that's interesting. You might be one of those people. Can't wait to be where you are, Susan. I know. Yawning sometimes means you need fresh air when the room gets stuffy. Maybe that's it. I walked to the mailbox yesterday and it was amazing. Let me take just a couple big breaths. Maybe that'll help. Because I feel another one coming, and it's originating right here. It's like a tension in my jaw that just wants to be released. I don't know what that's about. Oh, I found I get more support from people online than in person. My big quit drinking. It keeps me accountable with food, and I keep him from alcohol. Yes, love that. Lisa, you will get there. When you do, you'll feel so good physically. I'm 66 and I feel better than I did in my 40s. Yes, I love that so much. Is that my boyfriend? Okay. I figured you meant somebody you were in relationship with. I know I'll get there. I'm getting so close. Yeah. And I finally feel like I'm on the way. It's slow, but still at the end, just suppose that this is what I've been telling myself all day, because I filled in my chart today. I'm like, oh, look, 2 pounds. Happy day. If I only do 2 pounds month to month, that is still almost 25 pounds in the year, which will put me in my healthy weight range and technically at a goal. And so even if I go that slow, that's okay. It's okay. I have leaders that can't always make it to the same meetings. That's perfect with Lent coming up. Ooh. Rosie, do you mean doing Made to Crave with Lent? That's cool. I got you guys. I don't remember who of you want me to keep you updated on Bible studies. Yawning means you're not getting enough oxygen. It's because I'm talking. I don't know. I got some Bible studies in the mail. I'm using the sheet. I'm starting to. I just did day 1 of this one. This is from the website She Reads Truth. This is the old one that they did on Acts, as you can see. This thing's a book. It's a book. And now all the other ones over there. Can you see those white books right there? Over there are 3 different ones. The thinnest one is the study that got me to order, which is one on Philippians. It's only a 14-day thing. And then I got one on 1st and 2nd Corinthians, which is a thicker book. And then they have a study going for Lent. And it's an entire Lenten book that's a little bit thicker than this one. And I'm so excited. But doing Made to Crave would also be a really, really great Lenten thing. Let me look into that. Because that could be an interesting thing to at least propose that everybody on my channel does together. That could be fun. But that's a good time to do that. So we've got mindset, we've got accountability, we've got sleep. Are there any more there's a lot of mental elements. Is there any more physical element, like sleep, that you think is important to to weight loss. So like I'm thinking like what are the key like physical elements that you need? Hello, Esther from London. We got food. Nutrition's important. Exercise is important. Sleep is important. What about like vitamins and supplements? Do any of you use vitamins and supplements? I find that I function much better if I'm taking my vitamins and like making sure that I'm filled with as much nutrition. Like I usually am pretty, like I generally eat pretty healthfully. Not too bad. Today, did I eat a single fruit or vegetable? I don't think I did. I think I ate 4 baby carrots with my lunch, which was just literally pieces of lunch meat in between me eating all of these random sweet diet foods. That's how my day went today. It was great. At least I got my protein goal. But usually I do pretty well with that. But I find that like I'm actually slower and less energized if I don't take my supplements. So like I feel like for me, supplements like my multivitamin, and I take magnesium, and in the winter I've been taking some vitamin C, I've been taking vitamin D. So those, like, I feel like it just kind of like tops off, like let's say you get to about here and you only need to be about here, like taking the vitamin will boost you just over the edge enough to be like, okay, you for sure have all of the vitamins you need. So that's a big one for me. I also do supplement my protein with protein shakes and protein powders and things like that, just to make sure I'm getting what I need. So supplements are something I use that's technically not food related. It is consumption related, but it is not food related. Great clothes to make me feel motivated. Esther, that's a great one. Making sure you're feeling cute all the time. I keep seeing these things because amid the body positivity movement, which I could go on about the body positivity movement and my feelings about the body positivity movement. But there is iron takes a lot of the time. Yeah, I should get my iron tested. I don't actually know what my iron levels are. I was anemic for a hot second in college, and my mom told me I had to eat more meat, and that fixed it. But that's a good one. I need to check on my iron. Shoot, what was I going to say? Oh, the body positivity thing. I read something just the other day, and it's old. It's something that's been going around for a long time, but it's like, don't wait to wear the cute clothes and go on the vacation. Like, don't wait until you're 10 pounds skinnier or until you're this. And I was like, you know what? That's true. That's very, very true. Don't wait. Like, I'm going on a cruise next month, regardless of where my weight is. And I'm going to go and I'm going to have a great time, and we're going to go have an adventure, and I'm going to bond with my husband's family, and I'm going to have some romantic time with my husband, and we're going to go to the spa and do all the great things. And it doesn't matter if I don't lose another pound or if I lose 10. It doesn't matter. Do the thing now because you can, and you should celebrate that. So great clothes to make me feel motivated. I say that that's twofold. I love having I still have my goal jeans from the last time I hit goal, and I'm not throwing them away until I'm close to until I'm at my new goal. And if they still don't fit, then I'm just throwing them away. But I'm still hopeful I'll get back into them one day. So I have the goal jeans, but I also have the clothes that I bought this because it fits me right now, and it looks real cute. Because I'm allowed to feel cute now too. So that's very much twofold. Have your goal outfit, but also make sure you feel cute or sexy or whatever it is you need to feel right now in this moment. I got some cute underpants that I like to wear on days I'm feeling flirty right now. It doesn't have to wait for another 30 pounds to come off. Because you're still allowed to feel those things about your body now. And that's my big thing about the body positivity movement is I feel like the body positivity movement is allowing people to become complacent with being unhealthy. And I don't think that that's safe. But me feeling amazing in the body that I am in right now and still being okay with working towards making it an even better and stronger and more healthy body, that's body positivity, in my opinion. So great clothes. That's a good one. Water. I'm so guilty of not drinking enough. Almost done. I'm about here. Vitamin B12 shots from my doctor when my energy is really low. It really helps. I had vitamin B. I must have finished it. I used to take vitamin B12. Fun fact, apparently vitamin B6 is neurotoxic for my disease, but vitamin B12 is fine. I don't know. And my weight loss actually increased after I stopped taking vitamins. but I can't say it was the vitamins. It was just one major change I made. I also added in a rest day every week. The resting, that's okay. So that's a good one, Lissa, actually. So it kind of goes alongside with sleep, but I really think that taking a rest day or two and not killing yourself is game changing as well. Like again, it's partially mental because it takes away that obligation of you having to go work out 7 days a week. Why don't you work out 5 and actually be okay with an active rest day the rest of the days, right? Right? And that's what I've been doing. Like I didn't work out Monday, so I'm probably going to go to the gym tomorrow. But usually, like I incorporated in 2020, I said, you know what? Sunday's normally my rest day. I might throw an extra one in there and have Wednesday be a rest day as well. And when I was at goal, that's what it was. When I was maintaining my weight, I did Wednesday rest days and Sunday rest days. And I maintained for a little while and it was great. I just want to be the best I can. Amen, Esther. Yes. Got a great pair of sneakers to feel good while I walk. That's important. That's important. A good pair of workout shoes and walking shoes. Absolutely. I went from working out 7 days to working 6, and I started losing weight a little faster and started allowing myself to kind of walk outside as a workout. Yeah, it's all about balance. The second I'm learning in real time, right now as we speak, that the second you balance it out with the rest of your life, instead of getting obsessive and crazy about it, is when it actually starts to work better. But that's just me. And I could go into that in an entirely different video. Quality time with your hubby will be the best thing for you. Buy those cute outfits and have fun. Thank you, Susan. So yeah, that's a pretty solid list, you guys. I think we've given some people that check in on the replay some good information. So thank you for that. And it is now 8:36, so I'm actually going to sign off because I need to yawn, truly. And yeah. So on that note, thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. This was a lot of fun, a very, very valuable conversation. I really, really appreciated it. If you have any thoughts on what next week should be, that would be really great. You guys know how to get a hold of me. I'm trying to decide. Next week is what? Valentine's Day? Next week is Valentine's Day. I'm trying to decide if there is an audience to for wandering away from the topic of weight loss specifically. What else would you guys want to chat about for an evening? You know, like, do we talk about relationship next week? Do we talk, like, I don't know. I'm open, as you guys know. So I'm just very curious to pick your brains on that. And if you guys have any last minute comments, that would be fine. Throw them in there. I was quiet, but I was here listening. Oh, good, Sarah. Well, I hope you found this helpful, even though you were quiet today. Yeah, but that's all I've got. Really, I'm gonna go and take a couple of breaths and maybe get one big yawn in and get this yawning to stop, because I've been suppressing a yawn now for like 5 minutes. I feel like a Valentine's Day topic could go either way for me. Yeah, well, and I don't know, like, what do you do? Because on the one hand, I'm a firm believer in romantically involved or not, Valentine's Day, I like to do twofold, because there's the whole, like, I have a husband and we can spend Valentine's Day together, but then there's the whole, he still works anyway. Although Valentine's Day is on a Friday. Is it Friday this year? Yeah, it's Friday. Your relationship with your friend, that's a good one too. But I like to do like Valentine's Day self-care too, because I think you can take yourself on a date just as easily as you can date someone else. Like, feel fabulous and dress up for no one other than yourself. Treat yourself to a little something special. Like, you can do Valentine's Day alone real easy. And I've done it. And it's awesome. It's just as enjoyable as going out with somebody in some respects. So I don't know. Just a thought. Something to think about. You guys know how to get a hold of me on Instagram or email or any of that, and give me your thoughts for a topic for next week. Or go back on this video and leave a comment down below. I'm a florist. I hate that. You're a florist. I love flowers. They make me so happy. Every once in a while, my husband randomly surprises me with flowers, and they just brighten up the room so much. They just make me smile for days and days and days. So I'm sorry you hate that day, but I really like flowers. I've always called Valentine's Day Singles Awareness Day. I did too until I got married. So I work at a bakery. I'm not excited. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I got nothing. I get to chill here until Eric gets home from work. So I can't complain. And maybe go hunt for like some chocolate or something. I don't know. Spending that day with my cats. They could be your Valentine too. I've gotten Gracie Valentine's Day gifts in the past. I usually get her cute treats or something, but she doesn't end up liking them, so I don't buy them for her anymore. I like that topic with friends, loved ones. Let's talk about it all. All right. I'll definitely consider that. But on that note, I've continued to ramble on for a couple minutes now. So go on Saturday. Yay for discount. Oh, I thought cake, and I was like, why is there going to be discount cake? That's absolutely what went through my head just then. Because I'm like, I'd be there. I'd totally be there. Yeah, you're not wrong, but I don't need discount chocolate. But when I meant chocolate, like I really meant go to a bakery and find like a nice dessert. That's what I mean. But all right, on that note, friends, I'm actually signing off. So thank you for hanging out, and I will see you all either on Friday for the weekly weigh-in or next Tuesday. Have a great night, guys.